化け物とは私を称える褒め言葉の一つであるな。ラムダデルタ。
エンジ、見るな。お前は見るな。
Angie closed her eyes tight, shedding bitter tears. She must not look. The witch of the future must not accept Lambda Delta's defeat.
あいつはくたばってなんかいない。ただ勇敢だった。
分かってるわ。あのラムダデルタが負けるはずない。
Pop. At that moment, there was a slight sound, and the golden key that hung in the air shook. The seal on the key had finally broken. Beller grabbed it immediately. However, at exactly the same moment, a magical impulse shook the entire vast space of the key room.
Nani?
Huh? That impulse seemed to have shaken something inside my pocket. I stuck my hand in, and found that the fragment Lambda Delta had given us to return to the Golden Land had shattered. Oh no.
くそ、ラムダにもらったかけらが。
Was it because of Lambda's defeat?
惜しかったわね。もう逃げ場はないわよ。ベルカステル。ラムダがもう少し賢く立ち回っていたら、もう5秒は稼げていたかもね。
Yeah? You gotta be kidding me.
そうしたらあんたたちはその鍵を手に黄金鏡に逃げ帰れていた。ラムダが主がバカだとミコも苦労するわね。ほう。
Federin quietly showed her surprise. To truly surprise her was no easy task. Yes! Fucking yes! Oh! Look at this. The Witch of Miracles, who boasted that no one could even step on her shadow unless she wished it, fell. After taking Beller's right fist to her face, she fell. Glorious. Alright. Merciless's body immediately split into dust and reconstructed itself in front of Beller, as though nothing had happened. However, she was holding her cheek. She couldn't undo the fact that she had been hit. For the first time in 100 years, she had let someone tread on her shadow without wishing it. Her expression gradually filled with shock, and Beller's, it couldn't be seen. His outstretched right arm was blocking it, so his expression couldn't be seen. Oh! She didn't let the next strike hit her. Merciless vanished like mist, then reformed a short distance away. However, Leather had only missed by a hair's breadth. Not because she had intentionally made it so, but for real. Finally, she truly began to feel the pain of being punched in the face. Yep. You better feel that pain real good, Baron. You better feel that pain, and then some, you rat! Too many years had caused her to forget the very concept of pain. Very slowly, it was coming back to her. Merciless writhed in anguish, holding her cheek. The feeling forgotten for centuries seemed to be hitting home hard. Never looked at her. Their eyes met. Once again, Merciless remembered an emotion she had forgotten for hundreds of years. And then a shudder. What Better saw before his eyes was Berencastel trembling with fear for the first time in centuries. Yeah, it is a well-deserved punch. You are gonna need a lot of correction for the suffering you inflicted on many people. For over 2 years, I've seen many characters suffer, and Lambda's final moment will be the freaking last. Let's go! To Berencastel, it even looked like Bella was rushing at her to deliver another punch. It was as though she was being sucked towards where he stood with his furious fist raised. As her eyes opened wide in terror, Bella's massive fist filled her vision. Of course, he wasn't capable of hitting her. Berencastel was just like a shadow. Yep. It was true that trying to grasp her form was meaningless, akin to growing envious of the moon reflected on the water, and trying to hit it with stone. You cannot smash the moon on the water surface simply by throwing stones at it. However, Bella threw, and threw, over and over, determined never to allow the moon to appear there again. Fiercely thrown pebbles toward the water surface. Yep. It seems that this little pebble is more than just an annoyance. It is a big pain in the ass. They smashed the moon's reflection, splitting apart the water surface itself, leaving even the bottom of the pond bare, breaking through everything. And that certain and absolute willpower broke through to a miracle. Oh! A backwards kick that Bella shot out without even looking behind him drove into empty space. In that space, Berencastel reappeared with a foot in her gut. There you go. Man, this freaking song, man. It's crazy. The Witch of Miracles fell. For the second time, she fell. Once would have been a miracle. Things that happen more than once aren't miracles anymore. Once it's a miracle, twice is a possibility, third hit and beyond is certainty. Berencastel understood. Bella had her fully grasped. Then she fell, slammed against the floor, struggled up onto her hands and knees, and vomited. She threw violently over and over. Her face was covered with pain and vomit and tears and snot. Then she looked up at Bella with a furious expression, and howled. And she wasn't howling at Bella. Yeah. It hurts, doesn't it? That your mommy is not gonna be there to protect you. Like, you and Lambda Delta have been playing so much, like, creating and destroying universes in, like, the sand pit. Well, Bella's punches and kicks, like, they hit harder than that. Federian's guard, the cat overlords, now formed a different constellation. Then each drew a magic circle and began chanting.
妹やら妄想の魔女やらとのゲームごっこがせいぜいじゃない。主人公の格が違うだよ。食らってくたばりなさい。ぶち込んでやれゲロカス様。
The many spectacular magic spells displayed at the beginning of a universe, the creation of planets, then their destruction and the universe's end, all in an instant. After that, not a speck of dust should remain. However, when the smoke cleared, there was a person standing there. It stood there, its hands in its pockets, and its head hanging quietly. Its face was in shadows and couldn't be seen.
お兄ちゃん、何よこれ。
Batter seemed to be completely uninjured. Only where his clothes not burned, his hair hadn't even been disturbed.
何よこれ。バカ猫たち、全然聞いてないじゃない。
The cat overlords silently shook their heads, sending a short report to their master.
エンドレスナイン。なんですって。彼らの物語は誰にも邪魔できぬらしい。
Yeah, I doubt it will have any effect. Like, I don't care if those cats are warriors or gods and they're like the other tales or even Goku or something like that. This is better than Angie's tale.
すまぬな、我が巫女よ。どうやら猫たちにもお手上げのようだ。何が各界の魔王たちよ。あんたたちだってかつてはどこかのゲーム版の主人公だったんでしょ。それがこのざま。恥を知りなさいよ。
The cats knew. They had known from the very beginning. If this man before them was the main character of this board, they wouldn't be able to interfere.
我が巫女よ。ゲーム版にて物語を紡ぐのはゲームマスターのみに許された特権である。それを主張された以上、私も物書きの端くれとしてそれを尊重せぬわけにはいかん。私は感激の立場に戻ろうぞ。役立たず主。バトラーよ、我が巫女がそなたの仲間を愚弄したことを謝ろう。そしてそなたのゲームを紡ぐ権利がゲームマスターであるそなたにあることも理解した。
Yeah, makes sense.
そなたの物語はそなたが紡ぐ。それもよかろう。だが我が巫女も今はそなたのゲームのゲームマスターでな。二人が同時にゲーム版を広げたらしい。一つのゲームに二人のマスターとはめったにないことだが、私なぜかそなたたちの最後のゲームにふさわしいものになると確信したからだ。
立てよベルカステル。
なるほどね。ゲームマスター同士が戦うならそのゲームに乗っ取るべきだって言いたいのね。最初からそうだと言えばいいのに。
Mikasa slowly got to her feet and made her body melt away like mist. Then she appeared in the air once again, facing Belger.
いいわ。あんたのゲーム版のルールで戦ってあげる。ただ私はあんたたちほど悠長じゃないから。短期そして圧倒的に出題して瞬時に終わらせてしまうわ。
Alright, bring it on then.
私のお相手は誰？二人がかりでも一向に構わないわよ。お兄ちゃん、私も戦うわ。
来るな。
どうして？
お前はそこでね。そして今度こそ俺が伝えたかったことを理解しろ。
お兄ちゃん、それでいい？アウローラ。 私が立ち会い人となろうぞ。我が巫女を打ち破れたなら、そなたらを黄金鏡へ送り返すことを約束しよう。黄金鏡なんてまだ残っていればの話だけれどね。
俺はみんなを信じてる。
そうよ、ベアトやみんなが負けるはずがない。なら強砲は早い方がいいわね。エリカ、報告を許すわ。いらっしゃい。
When Becca still snapped her fingers, Erika appeared with a bow. Nope, I said it right the first time.
お取り込み中、失礼いたします。我が主。
Hey there, Erika. Did you have fun with clay pigeon shooting?
悪かったわね、エリカ。あなたがせっかく朗報を持ち帰ってきてくれたのに待たせてしまって。はい、お喜びください、我が主。黄金鏡が消滅しましたことをご報告申し上げます。嘘だわ。黄金鏡は完全に崩壊。瓦解し、その全てが虚無の海に沈んだことをご報告申し上げます。人間は愚か、幻想の住人に至るまでその全ては消滅いたしました。嘘よ、私は信じない。なら信じさせてご覧に入れましょう。我が主、これを。
Erika humbly presented an object wrapped in cloth. It shone with a golden light.
何かしら。黄金のリンゴかしら。黄金鏡の主ベアトリーチェの心臓にございます。
Yeah. I assume you had fun ripping that heart out with your chopsticks.
ベアト。
Merciless grabbed hold of it, held it aloft, and gazed at it.
こんな様になってもまだ動いているのね。かわいいわ、ベアトリーチェ。あんたというゲーム版を再び誰かが広げてくれるかもしれない。まだそう信じているのよね。大丈夫よ、お兄ちゃん。私たちはベアトが討ち取られるところを見てない。あれはエリカたちの策略だわ。私たちの士気をくじこうという策略よ。あるいはベアトの策略だわ。やられたふりをして姿を変えているのよ。ベアトリーチェが、みんなが、黄金鏡が滅ぼされるわけなんてない。そうよね。未来の魔女がそう信じればそういうことにもできるのかもしれないわね。だから見せてあげるわ。よく見ていなさい。1998年の未来の魔女。
Megastone threw the golden heart into the air like an apple. Then, with the blood-red blade of a scythe that appeared in her hand, she split it.
ベアトリーチェは1986年10月に死亡した。よって彼女が生み出した黄金鏡は完全に滅び去った。黄金鏡に生かされていたお前の親族たちも全員滅び去った。お前の父も母も そしてもちろんバトラも二度とお前のところに戻り、お前の名を呼ぶことはない。未来の魔女には解釈を好きに変えて上書きをする力があるわ。でも一つだけどうあがいても書き換えられない事実がある。それが死よ。肉体的あるいは精神的なあらゆる概念の死をあんたは覆せない。過去の魔女が未来の魔女に食らわせることのできる唯一の真実の刃よ。
Come on, Angie. Stay strong. You have the power to live on to a better future. Don't let Berkastel cloud you.
こらえろ、エンジ。
でも
お前は受け入れるって決めたろ。誰も帰ってこなくても生きるとお前は決めたろ。
分かってるけど
Even so, a tiny sliver of hope remained inside Angie's heart. The hope that despite everything, just maybe, if I was blessed with a miracle, someone would come home after all. It wouldn't matter when. It could be 10 years later or 50 years later. It wouldn't even matter if they didn't recognize my face. I believe that someone might come back someday. And I had decided to live with that tiny hope in my chest. And even though I had accepted everyone's death for a time, even though I had seen it in the book of the single truth, even so, I thought, what's the harm in believing in a miracle, just a little? A miracle that you believe in when you know it won't happen is hope. And so, the witch who presided over the fact that miracles don't happen had ruthlessly torn that hope away.
泣くな。
分かってる。でもあんたが今泣き言をささやくその兄もすでに死んでいるわ。お兄ちゃんは死んでない。ここにいるもん。
泣くな、エンジ。
でも
泣くな。
A better shot. Angie bit back her tears.
だからなんだ、未来に生きるお前に過去の俺たちが何の意味がある。エンジ、お前は何の魔女だ。俺たちの生死なんかお前には全く関係がないだろ。
そんなことない。生きててほしい。
違う。生き死にをお前は超えられるだろう。
Angie didn't understand what he was telling her. So, stunned into silence, she frankly considered what her brother was trying to tell her. Beller slowly lifted his face and stared at Ben Costello.
そしてお前は魔女じゃない、死神だ。
そうね。
You are not a witch of creating miracles. You are one who takes it.
私はあらゆる奇跡と希望を刈り取る鎌を持つ。ならばきっとそうに違いないわ。
エンジから生きる希望を奪い取り、死へいざな死に。
The one who teased Angie with truths of the past, steering the future from her eyes and making her look only at what was already behind her. And the one who thrust her hope-crushing single truth in front of her, gently pushing her from behind as she, of her own accord, took that step from the skyscraper's roof, off into the world of nothingness.
今こそお前という呪縛からエンジを解き放つ。エンジはもう過去の呪いにとらわれない。未来に踏み出す。だがそこはお前が誘おうとする奈落の虚空にじゃない。エンジが力強く生きる1998年より先の未来なんだ。
人間は過去を見ながら後ろ向きに未来へ歩む哀れな生き物だから、簡単な落とし穴に気づかず真っ逆さまに無残に滑稽に転落する。
Yeah, well, not Angie. Not anymore.
来いよベルンカスタル。過去の魔女のお前に未来の輝きは遮れない。
さあ行くわよ。あんたのゲーム版のルール、密室の謎を出題してあげるわ。でもね、私は短期で圧倒的でめんどくさがり屋だから全部一度に出題してあげるわよ。
Merciless spread her hands, and it seemed as though a halo or angel wings were spreading out behind her. Each of the countless rays that spread out from her was the blue trailing blade of a locked room mystery. And they were the countless, endless number of locked room mysteries that Merciless had amassed. The souvenirs she had brought back from the many places she had visited during her long travels through the sea of fragments. All those rays twisted at once, and aimed towards Beller. It was as though infinite giant snakes had turned their heads to stare at him.
一つでも謎を打ち漏らしたらさようならよ。私はベアとみたいに10月5日の24時までに回答すればいいなんてほど悠長じゃないの。即答できなきゃ死。
In that case, this wasn't mystery anymore. This wasn't an intellectual game, but a merciless assault. Alright? Come on, Beller. Angie, you can do this.
死ね。
All at once, hundreds of guided lasers known as mysteries shot at Beller. The complex geometric figure drawn by those blue lasers was nothing but divinely beautiful. Each one was a mystery. Trying to solve each one in this oppressive hailstorm would be like threading a storm of approaching needles. Beller flew freely through this vast space, dodging the beautiful blue streaks of mystery as he shot them down one after another. The entirety of the mystery knowledge he had built up to this day told him the answer to each puzzle. Each time his eyes glowed with the answer, when the mysteries shattered. However, that mystery was only one out of hundreds. This hardly rose to the level of opposition or resistance.
"解けないミステリーはないように逃れ得ぬ運命だって。お兄ちゃん、見ていろエンジ。俺がお前に伝えたいことを見過ごすんじゃねえぞ。
By now, the bundle of mysteries looked like one giant snake with blue streaming behind it. Beller skillfully dodged it, precisely splitting its many fangs off one by one, even though he knew it was a useless resistance. Trying to pick up all the grains of sand on the beach one by one.
やるわね。本格ミステリーは得意なの。じゃあ変革は 他にも他にも古今東西のあらゆるミステリーに挑んでもらおうかしら。
Even though Bella was still fighting the giant snake, wings appeared behind Baron once more. And they gave birth to 7 more huge snakes. He now looked like a great dragon with 7 heads.
後ろ宮バトラー、確かにあんたはなかなかの読書家にしてミステリー通だわ。でもまだまだ若い。あんたが読んだ本の数やミステリーの数なんてたかが知れている。世の中にはあなたがまだ読んだこともない謎やトリックが無数に存在することを知りなさい。お兄ちゃん、もう無理よ。お願いだからもう逃げて。ブルーカステルには勝てない。
Bella's expression remained calm. However, his whole body was covered with sweat, and he was breathing hard. It was clear that he couldn't overcome this onslaught, though he himself refused to admit it. Bella wiped away his sweat, and fixed his gaze on the 8 snakeheads that surrounded him in 3 dimensions.
Angie, お前は家族の誰かが生きているかもしれないという奇跡を信じ、12年を生き、そしてその心を失った。お前は一度起こらぬ奇跡の前に屈したんだ。
それは
なら未来へ踏み出そうとするお前を見送る俺が再び奇跡の前に屈するわけにはいかねえんだよ。
そうね。それでも私はあんたたちの奇跡と希望のすべてを刈り取る。奇跡も希望もすべて無慈悲にね。
There was now an 8-headed dragon, opened its 8 jaws. He looked for weak points from all angles, hoping to swallow Bella in a single gulp. He won't be able to dodge any longer.
エンジェさん、奇跡ってやつを期待してるならおあいにくですよ。レアとは今や完全に滅ぼされ、それを赤で宣言までされました。それが何を意味するかわかりますか？レアトが滅んだということ、黄金鏡が滅んだということ、それは誰も彼もが消え去ったことを意味するんですよ。つまり都合よくこの場に現れてピンチを助けてくれるような味方はもう一切存在しないということです。
Battle had been destroyed, and that had been confirmed in red. Therefore, no one else will come to rescue them. Even Eva was a resident of the Golden Land. After helpfully breaking the key's seal ahead of their arrival, she had probably hidden away somewhere. However, now that Battle had been destroyed, all the residents of the Golden Land had met the same fate as ice under the sun. Any faint hopes that Eva was hiding in the shadows, ready to save them from this final pinch, had been completely crushed from the moment that Ben Castell had smashed the Golden Heart. No longer was there anyone who could save them. There was no hope at all for her brother being saved by any factor, nor already present. What about herself? I'm just standing here watching. If I help, will I be able to bring about some kind of miracle? But I don't know that much about the mystery genre. I only have the most superficial knowledge of how to fight, gleaned from watching battles game fragments. I have my work cut out just trying not to slow him down, so there's no way I'll be able to protect him. But I cannot just watch.
お兄ちゃん、私にも戦わせて。
クダ、それでもお前は見ていろ、そして考えろ。 一番最初の6歳の時のお前の一番最初の心に戻れ。
6歳の私の心。
お前は真実を求めて12年間を生きた。だがそれは本当の一番の願いじゃなかっただろう。
私の一番の願い。
その願いと希望を俺たちは守りたかったから最後のゲームを用意した。しかしお前は残念ながらそれを台無しにしちまった。だからその希望を捨てて未来に歩み出さなきゃいけない。でもな、それでもな、お前に心の力があるなら持てるんだよ。
何を。
思い出せ、一番最初の願いを。一なる真実を知ってなお思い出せ。
Her very first wish. The single truth. Even after learning the heartless truth, that everyone is dead and that no one will come home. Remember your very first wish. It was a cataclysmic flash, as brilliant as the birth of a sun. The snakes, glowing pale blue, ran through Balor all at once. Balor was stained red, surrounded with a cloud of blood. Then he stumbled and looked at Angie one final time. Angie couldn't see anything in response. The light in Balor's eyes faded, and slowly his body began to fall. It reached the ground and landed gently, like something settling on the ocean floor. Angie rushed toward him and looked at the final face of her dead brother. His eyes were open wide, filled with an unwavering determination to the very last second.
Angie さんはミステリー得意でしたっけ。バトラに比べたら全く劣るわね。
The waving snakes raised their heads and surrounded Angie. Angie had no blades to fight with. She could only cling to her brother's dead face, saying his name over and over.
意外に退屈な最後だったわ。これでチェックメイトね。
The 8 snakeheads all attacked at once. Angie held her brother's face, thinking about his final words. My very first wish. There could only be one thing. That everyone would come back. And that fueled my life for 12 years. Until I was so exhausted that I abandoned my own hope. Then, in exchange for the hope I'd abandoned, I searched for the truth. And at the end of the truth, I was confronted with something brutal and ruthless that I had no need to know. And as a result, I was faced with the true despair of knowing that no one would come home. And the final hope, which I had abandoned but hadn't been able to let go of completely, was crushed. And a single truth. If only I hadn't learned that, I might still have been able to keep hold of that faint hope. It is hard. It is as it was said before. You had such a strong heart to keep your miracle, to keep your hope floating for so many years. Like, the world truly was harsh for you when the Rokkenjima incident was thrown in your face, like, constantly by everyone, like, over the course of 12 years. Your high school, the news, like, everything. Like, I have questioned before, what could Angie do to live a better future? Like, what mentality she should have about all this, and... You know, I have said what I had to say about it, and... I have some ideas involving a quote-unquote loophole that I mentioned previously, in regards to a different kind of death. Like a second kind of death. Like, which was not only talked about throughout the main story, like all over the place, but also when I was talking about Leon's second fragment with a happy ending. But, you know what? I'm also gonna mention something new here. Like a third kind of death. And I'm gonna explain it with a... Like I'm gonna explain it with none other than one final One Piece reference for all this. And when is it that a person truly dies? During a massive explosion? Being shot? Burning? Being impaled by hundreds of blue-headed snakes? No. It is when that person is forgotten. I believe that you truly have what it takes to achieve victory here, Angie. So, yeah. Let's hope for the best. If you don't do anything like right now, then... But no. You can still have it. If you have strength in your heart, you can still have it. Remember, your very first wish. No? The matter was coughing. Impossible. His whole body had been pierced. He had been completely dead. Aha! Alright, there you go. For him to cough would be too much of a miracle to be possible. Yeah. You can thank Leon and the possibility of a second fragment. How about them apples, bitch? Dada rose to his feet slowly. Though blood still dribbled from his mouth, his expression was fearless. However, Angie didn't stand up. She kept sitting, her head lowered. Alright, time to continue beating up a little girl. And, you know, while at it, here is a magic math formula that I just came up with, like, after Beller kept punching Ben Costello. And I have it, like, written down here. Hold on a second. Yeah, there you go. It's the number of characters that have suffered in the story to the power of the number of years Angie kept herself strong, plus the number of times you will get hit. The result will be how painful your punishment will be, Merciless.
第2ラウンドをよ。
そんなどうしてです我が主。死者が蘇れるはずなんてない。ありえない。バトラは死んだのにどうして蘇れるのよ。生きてるわよ、お兄ちゃんは。赤き真実でバトラは死んだって宣言してるのよ。なのにどうして生き返れるの。世界中すべてが死んだって言ったって、私だけが世界でたった一人信じるのよ。お兄ちゃんは生きてる。そしていつかきっと私のところへ帰ってきてくれる。
そうだ、お前がその希望を失わない限りついえる奇跡なんてない。奇跡の魔女を前にしてお前が奇跡を語るな。
I mean, some people have bad days once in a while.
飲み込め、すりつぶせ。兄弟揃って消し去ってしまえ。
消せやしないのさ。
世界すべてが認めなくても私たちが信じる限り奇跡は起こるのよ。
The 8 wriggling snakeheads transform into a massive whale jaw and swallowed everything.
奇跡なんて起きない。お前が心を許せる者は誰も存在しない。だから死ねー。いるわ。みんなが私を守ってくれる。
The cruel whale mystery that tried to swallow everything was gouged deeply by a massive wedge. That deeply pounded wedge could only have been used by someone who had both talent and a deep love for mysteries.
陳腐だぜ、そのトリック。
Hey there, Battle. Did you have fun playing with Ariakey?
わらわがすでに読破し飽き果てたトリックだぜ。
The woman who stood back to back with Balor, launching stakes, was very, very clearly.
ベアトン、どうして赤き真実で死亡を宣言したのに。あんたの赤き真実がなんだ。赤き真実は絶対。それは誰が抗おうとも絶対に覆せない完全なる真実。世界中の全てが私の家族を否定しても、それを一なる真実として突きつけても私は認めないわ。なぜなら。
Angie slowly rose to her feet. Around her, the shapes of people slowly appeared, and they also rose to their feet. One after another, a whole crowd of them. They were Angie's family, her relatives, everyone from Rokkenjima. That wasn't all. Everyone from the Golden Land, all the fantasy creatures appeared, and following Angie's lead, they rose to their feet. Then all of them glared at Merciless.
世界中が否定しても私は捨てたりしない。絶対にみんな生きてるって希望を。そして私は至ったわ。それが私の魔女としての境地よ。こいつただの未来の魔女じゃないの。過去には 後悔の涙を流すことしかできない無力な魔女じゃないの？私は黄金の魔女エンジェ・ベアトリーチェ。称号は黄金と無限と半言。
至ったね、エンジェ。
ええ、ありがとうお姉ちゃん。長き日々の果てに私はようやく至ったわ。
お前なら至れると信じてたぜ。
ありがとうお兄ちゃん。受け取ったわ。お兄ちゃんが最後のゲームで伝えたかったこと。消え去れゲロガス妄想。そんなの認めるわけねえだろ。みんなは永遠に私と共にあるわ。誰が赤き真実にて何度殺そうとも私はそれを拒否する。私のもとに何度でもみんなは蘇る。
And again and again and again. Red truths. They are so last here.
私は反言の魔女エンジェ。私の世界はお前の赤き真実では傷一つつけられない。うわ
From Angie. No. From Angie and her family and her friends. Several golden streaks shot out at once. They were the same as the marks left by Ben Costello's great snakes. However, the glow inside these was gold. Then they wriggled, combined into one single mass, and transformed into an eagle with 2 wings. Oh. Perfect. It wasn't one-winged anymore. Thanks to Angie's absolute willpower, the Golden Eagle had gained the wing it needed to fly into the future. Those spread wings made Ben Costello and the whale shrink back.
後ろ宮のわしは振り返らない。
そして絶対にくじけない。
The Golden Eagle easily saw the blue whale with its wings, grinding it to bits. And it didn't let the whale's master escape either. It was now Ben Costello's turn to run. Ben Costello didn't fight the Golden Eagle. She couldn't. In the soil of Angie's, where even the Red Truth couldn't hurt anyone. Just what sort of attack would have any effect? None. She frankly ran this way and that, throwing one wedge of Red Truth after another at the Ushimiya family. Ushimiya Kinzo is dead. Ushimiya Kraus is dead. Nazi is dead. She repeated this over and over again, but no one fell down. Angie wouldn't accept it, so they couldn't pierce anyone.
こんなエンドレスナインがあるの。赤き真実さえ通じないなんて何なのよ。黄金の真実って赤き真実に打ち勝てる黄金の真実って一体何なのよ。信じる心よ。
Is magic.
それは私たちの総意。私たちが認めて共有した真実の前にお前の赤き真実など何も貫けたりはしない。
あばよ、ベルンカステレ。これが本当のチェックメイトだ。
Alright. Together now!
この私が認めない認めない。
The massive Golden Eagle finally swallowed Ben Costello whole. He then slammed into the vast ceiling, and there was an incredible explosion accompanied by an earthquake. from the correct seal, along with many falling chips. A single black cat plummeted and slammed against the floor. Erika ran up to it, repeatedly calling out to her master, hugging it. Then, she realized that it was still breathing, and simultaneous expressions of relief and shock rose to her face.
安心なさい。私の真実に傷一つ許さないように、あんたたちの真実にだって私は傷一つつけないわ。
ボロ雑巾になってるぜ。
That and I kind of want her, alive for the Halloween party celebration. I'm just saying.
お給くらいはサービスということにしておけ。レアと、あんた、あんまりお兄ちゃんと慣れ慣れしくしないで。私はあんたたちの関係を認めたわけじゃないんだからね。愚か者め、わらわをよくも生き返らせよって。もうダメであるぞ。わらわとその愉快な眷属は生涯そなたを苛むであろうぞ。そしてわらわとバトラのイチャイチャぶりを見せつけてやるのだ。うわっ、あら、意外と便利ね。
Battle got deleted. She got banned.
暗号の魔法ってオンオフ自由自在なのね。
She got cancelled by Angie. And Battle kept appearing, disappearing like a light bulb turning on and off. Angie seemed to be enjoying herself.
バトラー、エンジがいじめるよ。
エンジェ、そのくらいで許してやれ。
いいわ、お兄ちゃんが言うなら許してあげる。
エンジすごいよ、うりゅー。エンジ様、反言の魔女おめでとうございます。これで私たちずっといつまでも一緒なんですね。
ええ、そうよ。みんな半魔法の毒素なんて関係ない。いつまでも永遠に私と一緒よ。
偉いぞ、エンジェ。よく言った。
Everyone surged forward, squishing Angie. They tried tossing her into the air, but dropped her onto her butt, and everyone laughed. Angie looked a bit resentful, but when her brother lent her a hand, she got up and joined the circle of smiles. Lovely. A quiet applause greeted them. Federer, their witness, had acknowledged their victory and was clapping for them.
見事であったぞ、エンジェ・ベアトリーチェ卿。そなたにこの奇跡を祝して我が名において今日の称号を許す。そなたの紡し物語はなかなかに愉快であった。そう身構えずともよい。私はそなたを祝福しているのだから。
Federer smiled serenely. Then the cat overlords broke their positions in their constellation and lined up behind her. It was clear that this was not only a peaceful action, but part of a solemn ceremony.
我が巫女は打ち破られた。そしてその命を奪わなかったことに感謝する。見ての通り、あれは私を退屈させぬための可愛い飼い猫。あれが死んでしまっては私も退屈するのでな。
Yeah, well, she surely needed some correction. She has been very, very naughty. The true strength of this being, who referred to Ben Castello as a pet cat, had already been made clear during her fight with Lambda Delta. Even so, Angie spoke.
私はラムダデルタを殺したあなたを許さないわ。おや、反軍の魔女殿の言葉とは思えぬ。そなたが望めばいくらでも蘇らせられるではないか。え、蘇らせられるの？
Well, duh. Hell. If that didn't happen, I would have brought her myself to the Halloween party left her after all this. I did tell her that she will be part of the happy ending. Whether the story does it or I do it myself. I can do it. I can make your wildest dreams come true.
大丈夫だぞ。ラムダデルタ卿はそなたの力でどこかで生き返っている。安心せよ。